Surprise! It's raining here on the Citadel server. Said no one, ever. Welcome back to the channel, folks. My name is Joel Duggan. In the rain. I've changed my name. It rains almost every Minecraft day on the server. It drives me nuts. Anyway, as soon as we can, we're going to sleep to get rid of it, and then we're going to look around and see what we're going to be able to do next here in Westhill. Yesterday we finished up the design on the Parade Square mosaic, and the next challenge is going to be to light it so that it is not a death trap. We need to put lanterns, I think, on both of these posts, and I think probably over on that wall as well, is my guess. But first I want to look around and see what else might be on the list. Speaking of the list, does anybody else get really agitated when their shulker boxes get really out of order? I wish that there was a better way to organize, like, within a box, and it wouldn't always just default to the next open slot. I know you can spread things around, but then it's hard to figure out how much space you actually have in the shulker box. Cosmic Dan Hunter, good to see you all. I think I saw Big Fish here too. I also want to move this rainbow shulker island. Westgate, all done. West section of town needs texture the west Taiga roads and texture the main road. That's going to take a while. Parade Square, we're probably really close to finishing this too. Yeah, so the Parade Square light is the last thing that we have to do in the Parade Square, so I think we're going to tackle that first so we can check off that section. Really? Then we just get into the keep. But yeah, lighting this area is going to be the first thing. And I guess we might as well leave all of this stuff here for now. But we can check the light without it being nighttime. Obviously we've got some big dark spaces here. I guess we could probably, instead of putting a light right on the front of this building, we could perhaps put one in the alley. Oh, there's a door on that. Whoops. Should know better than to flip trapdoors from underneath. Weird that you can put doors on trapdoors, but you can't put them on stairs. An odd game rule. Clop, flop, pop. Welcome back to the channel. That is a username for people that are wondering what the heck I'm saying. Yeah, so we could... I wish we could hang lanterns on walls. That's, you know, just like a tripwire hook, that kind of stuff. I feel like lanterns should be able to be placed attached to the wall. That would be a good data pack to add. In the same way that a player head can be attached to the wall, you know? Just give it a specific model being on the wall. Because the only thing I can think of would be to extend this with like another log and a stair. So log, stair, slab, trapdoor, lantern. This is the easiest way to do this. We might have to change a little bit about the design. Oh, wait a minute. We should use a full block. Otherwise it's going to look funny inside. You can see that inside. I could do that as like a small version. That's not bad, but then I wonder if I should switch these around. Nope, I think we just have to change them from stairs to slabs. That wasn't as painful as I thought it was going to be. Thought that was going to look worse. And that should give us a good amount of light. Hopefully it doesn't look too bright at night. And then this place also it gets a fair reach out here. I feel like we should probably put a lantern somewhere by maybe this house. Or maybe out here somewhere. I don't want to do a lantern there. The trouble when you decide that you want all of your houses to be like 3.5 blocks tall or 4.5 blocks tall is that you can't hang lanterns from the underside of half slabs. That's a real pain. Real pain. I guess the next lantern could be over here. And this could be something just as simple as placing it there. We'd have to wait to see if that makes it too bright at night. And then the other thing, we know we need lanterns up here. And I just don't know how I want to make the changes to these, because I like the fact that these are 2x2. We can't hang lanterns in the middle of them because they're 2x2. I mean, we could potentially change the shape of them to incorporate this, giving the facade 3 blocks wide. I don't know how good that would look. Get some stuff and see what we can do. I was wondering if we incorporated wood into this, if it would look okay. Right away, not a fan. I'm okay with it not being a square. Like, we could make it into like a kind of an more interesting shape. It might mean changing that into stone. But then that feels kind of funny here, doesn't it? What is underneath here? I don't really remember. Oh, right. Okay, so it's a stair going out like that. VT Archer, hello, welcome in. Spam torches everywhere and say they're part of the pattern. Just wondering, like, if I could incorporate the andesite somehow. That could be helpful. We've got andesite, polished andesite caps on all of these. And if I turn this into like a full cap. I just don't know if that repeats too much with the floor, you know? LeigerGaming subscribing at tier 1, 29 months. Holy smokes, Leiger. Thank you so much. Hope you're having a fantastic day. I don't think I want these things to be big because then it feels like something that could be used as like something to hide behind. Did not mean to jump in the moat. That's not terrible. What if we did it like a stone stair backing? Kind of made it angle a little bit. It goes by quick, you're right. We've had a couple people in the last little while come in with like 2 years. And they would be people in my brain that I would consider like not new members of the community, but certainly not like original. And then you're like, wait a minute, you've been here for 2 years? Are you kidding? But it's hard when, you know, to keep your head on things like this when you do it like almost every day. You just lose track of how long you've been doing it. Like yesterday we were talking about how long I've been streaming, and it's been 5 years. Don't like that either. That's not awful. I just really like the brutalist or the brutalist way of having it before. On a scale of 1 to shouting cosmic like Kirk from Wrath of Khan, how mad would you be if you logged on one day and found a goat in a boat in the moat? You shouldn't have told me. You should have just done it. That's funny. Oh man. That's pretty good. So I'm right back to where we were before, with the exception of the back of it. It feels kind of spiky. Everything on about the castle is very, very low. I don't know, maybe we just need to come in here and keep it very simple. Maybe we just need to put something in front of it. Where do these lights need to be? Closer to the side. I mean, we've got these polished things in the back. What if we did like a stone wall? Bring my deep slate out? I don't think I did. Stone wall, I'll need spruce or dark oak fences. I had to check to see if you found it funny first, if it was going to make you upset at me. I wouldn't want to do it. It's a step up from flowers. Yeah, that would take some effort. Deep slate. So the next thing I was thinking about would be having something like this. Need more polished deep slate walls. Problem is with these, might take away from. Yeah, I feel like they're going to take away from the design. Yeah, I don't particularly like that either. We might just have to leave this as fairly dark. I mean, it would solve the problem, but I don't like it. I mean, the other thing is that we could just have this be straight up on the ground. That's probably the better way to do it. For all this farting around, very simple. I think I like the polished better. And I think I like it closer to the middle. Although, that tends to blend in nicely. What if we built out the front of this a little bit too? That could help. I don't mind that, but I think I like the stair better. And I think I might actually like the andesite better than the deep slate if I do it this way. When you make changes to the keep, will you be changing the front part past the drawbridge too? I think I know what you mean. The changes to the keep usually involve more the main part. So like up there, it needs to be taller. I want it to be a little bit taller and bigger. I don't plan on redoing the main hall or changing anything like this. I think this is a staircase, so this might just get a little bit taller. But this and all of this is going to stay. The changes to the keep here are things like it needs like stairs, and I need to connect all this up inside. I need another way. I think this is a dead end over here. Like if we go up to the top of the parapet here. Yeah, like it goes inside, but like then it's just nothing, right? So I need to finish stuff like that. And I want to decorate and change this into, I think this is going to be more of a cobble courtyard. Like I don't think it's going to be dirt. I think it's going to have not quite a pattern like this, but it's certainly going to have more going on, because it would be very silly that this would be fancy and this would not be. So there are some changes like that. I built the keep very early on during the design process of the town, and the town was not meant to be this big or this fancy 2 years ago. So that's kind of like where it is. I think a lot of the changes to the keep are like bringing it up to the level of where it is now, of where the rest of the town is, you know? You know, I think just a regular stone stair is the solution. I thought that was going to take longer. And yeah, definitely the andesite. Or at least the light gray. It's either andesite or this one. I would say andesite looks better. Just in time for the sun to go down. Question is, did we do it? Seriously? Always one. We got most of it. Where would a light even have to be? I mean, visually, I think it's fine. I don't want it to have much more light. Dead center is a 1. I just made it. Little parts just as danger zone, enter at your own risk. Yeah. Yeah, like it doesn't feel too dark. It's just technically too dark. And I don't dislike this lantern over here. It does a good job getting around the corner here. There's still a few zeros over here, but we had that same problem over on the other side, if I recall. Around the corner here, there's just some places where we're just not going to be able to reach. Right? It's just yeah, overall, I don't dislike that. I thought that was going to be very distracting, but it's far enough away when you're coming up here that it's not the end of the world. And once you're close enough, like it's kind of nice that you see that there's a door here. It's something to do. And that doesn't look as off-putting as I thought it was going to. It feels a little bit dark down this way, but this is more curtain wall stuff. And that's just a matter of hanging a lantern from the back here in the same way that we hung one from the front. So that should be fine. I'm sure we can figure that out. There could even be a one here in the alley that goes around the corner for the lighting. So, all right, I'm going to call that done. Yeah, glow lichen wouldn't make sense there either because it's the middle of a road. If it was like a forested road, maybe. I wonder what the logic is behind the folks that make the shaders that make glow lichen glow so brightly like that. It seems like such a strange decision to make, you know? For the love of roof pig, when it gets dark, sleep. Yeah. I think that's another reason why I don't run into mobs that much is because I'm constantly sleeping because I can't build in the dark that well. I don't find that it's good content, you know, in terms of like Twitch streaming and being able to see what's going on. Where did I pick up a stack of grass? Yay for checking things off. So that, I believe, is the entire parade square finished. Parade square light. Which means, yes, this is done. So, Westgate, all finished. West section of town, we've got to do all that texture work. That's going to be tricky. I'm not in the mood for that. South River, did all that. There's a bunch of other stuff we can do outside the town too. What do we have to do in the curtain wall? Detail the west towers, ramparts, north towers, ramparts, north bridge tower, detail east ramparts. Churchyard needs light. Yeah. Still lots to do. Still lots to do. All right, let's clean this out of here. Not missing anything, and we'll go put most of it back. You're going to take a leaf out of your Book of Doom and make your own list for Somerville? Nice. I mean, it's in one part it can be kind of overwhelming because when you see all the things that you have left that you want to do all in one spot, it can feel like a lot. Oh, crap. Some of these we're going to need. Andesite, stone, cobblestone, tough, cutstone. Don't need the basalt. Don't think I need carved deep slate. we might as well bring those too. Don't need... Oh, those don't go there. Mangrove wood. Packed mud. I don't think we need that right now. Should be good. Oh, did I not bring the moss? Oh, good. Lord Dandy, thanks very much. It's temporary. Like eventually we're going to be removing it and replacing it with a brewery, but I needed a place for storage for this big project, and so it made sense just to kind of put it in the basement of the central keep. So I think we'll start kind of with the easy one, which is going to be the Taiga roads in here. So starting about here, it looks like. I go, this is done to there, and then it kind of bleeds off. So let's this is all finished here, so let's just put some shulker boxes down here. All right, so we're going to grab probably about a half stack of everything. And then same with slabs. I don't think we're going to need stairs right away. Favorite part of this is always deciding where to set up. Really? I find it the most tedious part of all of it. So this is just going to be just pulling these textures around the corner wherever we can. Oh, that looks kind of funny. I think the hard part here is going to be not to overdo it, you know? So the idea is I'm trying to just figure out where most people would walk, you know? I really do make a meal out of setting up. Hey, that's why I'm able to remember where everything is. I feel like I've gone more down the middle here. And that feels a bit better. It's one of these things, like, it's not the most exciting thing to do, but it really doesn't take all that long. And the build feels so much better when it's done. All this road texture stuff. I can totally understand why some people, when they build roads, they end up just building all stone bricks, and then they just don't go back. They always intend to go back, but then they just don't go back to fix it. Yeah, you know what? I think that's good. I think that finishes up this section. These were already done before. I built a little base here because everything was done up to this point. I think everything was done up to this point. It's really hard to tell. So this is an old kind of like line of where the road used to be. So like we can totally change this a bit. And have that be like where the road kind of goes off to the side. So here I'd want to have like a little bit of texture that would perhaps push the player that way a little bit. So we'd maybe have like a directional thing going this way. It gets tough on tight corners. Here we go. I find walking in both directions tends to help. Found the berry bush as per usual, yeah. Am I regretting the berry bushes? Not really. I like the way that they look. It's one of those things where I'm kind of like, I understand why they added a game mechanic like that, but I feel like there should be like a level of armor once you get a certain amount of armor on your pants that it doesn't bug you. You know, like, what do I have? Protection something? Yeah, like, I don't have regular protection, but like if you had protection on your pants, you know, or thorns on your pants, which seems kind of dumb, but you know, because most people don't put those kind of enchants on their pants, but I feel like if you did, then I don't know, I feel like it would make sense to have you be protected from berry bushes. Not that they're a giant threat. Like it's just it's a very specific situation where I'm noticing. These always feel funny when you put them too close to the edge. I'm trying not to get too heavy into the cobble, because I don't think I did that anywhere else. Yeah, there's not. Yeah, very little cobble, if any. Maybe in the alleys here and there, but not much. Enchants on their pants is a great sentence. I agree. As soon as I said it, I was like, that's not something you hear all the time. Hmm. It does get tricky with these little roads. In a lot of places I've left this one wide border of stone, which I was planning on doing more mossy stuff, right? But that's not always accessible. Oh, that's very empty. Do something about that. Actually, I'll put one here instead. If you have enough of them, sometimes the andesite starts to look like special highlights, you know? And then they can inform like where you're going to be placing your next crack bricks or whatever. Just trying to get like some streaks going left and right. More crack bricks required. Ooh, more crack bricks required to be smelted. Actually, I can just do that here, can't I? Or maybe not. Did not bring the furnaces, that's fine. The introduction of pink petals will be a cue to actually do something with the paths in Somerville for sure. You're going to have so many options. So many options. For folks that don't know, Somerville is a location here on the Citadel Cosmics area. And it's like all flowers all the time. Like, you're shocked, I know. But it's like a really cool spot. But then the paths, like all the Minecraft path stuff, it's all brown. So having some more colorful path options, I think, are going to be great. I think that's fine. I think that worked out quite well. No real texture up here, is there? Not that I want to put like a lot up here. What about some mossy bricks? Oh, I should go check to make sure that I can't see that from inside. I might have just put mossy bricks on the side of my basement. I can't remember how far we dug the basement out on this. Surprised I remember how to get down to the basement. Nope, we're good. This is a little bit more texture up there. Rain again. You're Somerville inspired thanks to a walk around Westhill yesterday. That's really cool. What do you mean? What do you mean no place and no context? You need to stop it. I'm perfectly happy that folks take inspiration from the stuff that I share online and friends that have access to it on the server. Like, that's totally cool. Well played, Hunter. Well played. There is indeed a shout out in chat for folks to go watch Cosmic Dancer. Should you want to see Somerville? Oh yeah, that's really ugly. I have to come up with something for that. Alright, so this section is done. I think now I'm just going to turn myself up the street there. Actually, let's put that over here. It's really too bad that we don't have more textures available to us in slabs. Whoops, that's not the right one. Nope. I might have to try to put a cobblestone slab here. Maybe we can tuck it into the corner here. Yeah, that works. I wonder if I can squeeze in stairs somewhere. Oh, I already have one there. So the idea with all of this is that essentially either via wagon wheels with wearing the road on either side, or people just not walking directly down the center. I like to have like little arcs of texture that kind of pull you in one direction, or same thing here. You know, someone like stepping out to go around the bush. Kind of feels like the texture arcs around the corner. May I offer you a break in these rainy times? You can indeed. That sounds like a good idea. Also need to eat. Thanks for the shout out for Dan Hunter. Appreciate it. All right. We will take that break for folks that are new. I step away once an hour, give myself a little bit of a stretch, refresh my coffee. We'll be right back. rain again. At least it was nighttime. Flowers for the paths. Paths like flowers. Nice. Daisy digs a lot. I should rename this to the Unflowerer. All right, where were we? We were around the corner, right? Please don't call it the Unflowerer. Okay. I'll do my best. So I'm going to, I think, pull the texture up to the road as best I can. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Let's maybe push this over this way. Nope. Ah, it feels kind of out of place. Maybe I need a fit one in here. That's a little bit better. I wonder if a green mossy block would look good there. Oh, the wrong color, isn't it? I think this is the problem. Just secretly my way of giving you so many flowers you have no room to store them and you have no choice but to plant them. I mean, the builds do need more color, that's for sure. I'm looking forward to doing some sci-fi stuff with like custom, like Minecraft built flowers, like great big things like mushrooms and weird things with little dangly bits on them, and having all those player heads is going to be fun. The mini blocks that are like brightly colored, like coral and sea lanterns and things like that. Yeah, I think that works. All right, so that's been done up to the main road. We're going to do the main road last. And the thing here that needs some love is this poor tree that I don't think I want to trim back, maybe a little bit. That looks okay. And I think we will probably go on the other side and see what that looks like. I might want to add some moss to that bit there. Oh, you can't even see it. Okay. Definitely want some grass there. And I feel like we could maybe even push a little of the mangrove bushes out here. Oh, I didn't bring my landscaping box. All right, we'll have to go get that. Am I still using a Mushroom Island as a sci-fi build? Yeah, I've just decided to wait until 1.20 drops to bother to go look for one, because I don't think we really need to trim many chunks. I don't think there's been a lot of exploration. So I feel like we can just update to 1.20 without too much hassle of like chunk trimming and stuff. Normally when we have new biomes and things, I take some time to trim out chunks and make it so that people on the server don't have to travel quite as far to find new things like the cherry grove biome and bamboo stuff. But I think, you know, we should be fine. I don't think that people have been playing and, you know, pushing the boundaries. I mean, MacCast maybe, but I don't know to what extent. Yeah, so I'm not thrilled with that. So maybe we can just cut these back. These are such a nice dense bush. Oops, let's move that. Yeah, I think that's all that really needed. Still want to get rid of that somehow. Maybe use a stair there to partially hide it. The green concrete and the moss is not going to work. I might try to reinstate grass sides. I think I saw that vanilla tweaks have updated grass sides to be in a texture pack, but I don't know whether you need Optifine for it or not. Because I think we're very much still in the taiga. Yep. Yeah, the mangrove leaves really look good in the taiga biome. They change color very well. Oh, no, I wanted to change this block. Two, 1, 3. So maybe the solution here is just to straight up change that. Yep, I think I'm just going to grab a button. This should be all we need. Oh, do I even have one? No, of course not. That would be too easy. They have Quiet Thunder now. Have they had that before? I know they've had a lot of different things. I think we're using quieter villagers and quieter ghasts on the server, if I remember correctly. I don't mind the thunder. For me, it's just... I wish that the game... Can you... I don't think that this is a thing. Can you change how often it rains? Like, is that a setting? I would be definitely interested in a data pack for that. I know that I want to try out the data pack that Slice Lime wrote that is about seasons. And it gives your Minecraft world seasons. I really find that interesting. I wonder whether this would look good as a bush. Survey says yes, it does. I think that we can probably get away with putting more back here too. Need some bone meal. There we go. Doesn't feel quite so repetitive now. Nice. That's all done. I don't think that sticks out too far. I feel like I've tried to trim it before and it just didn't work. So the next thing is, I guess I should probably go get some. Probably get some wood or something. Let's put some of this stuff back. Quieter portal, I think we're using that one too. It's really simple stuff. All they do is they find the sound file in the Minecraft library, and then they just reduce the volume of it by like 75% and then re-upload the file. I've done it on a couple things myself. What did I change it on? I replaced my grass mining noise with the dirt mining noise so that it's not that high-pitched, like crackly sound effect that sounds terrible. So when I break grass and when I break dirt, it makes the same kind of like quick, kind of like squish noise, as opposed to like the staticky smash that the grass makes. We changed it back when I was working in the modern city, and we had to like flatten a huge area. What noise does it make again, Joel? You heard me. There's a VOD for that. I see we're wearing our sassy pants today. Enchanted sassy pants. Keep up. There. Done. Instant fix to what is otherwise a very ugly facade of dirt along the side of the road. I'm tempted to add more back here too. Yeah, that feels pretty good. I guess the grass and dirt blocks feel a little bit silly at that point. Nope. Oh, do I not have... Don't have any more rooted dirt or rooted muddy mangrove roots? I don't know. A root block that I like. Probably get away with more of a slightly lighter side there. It's fine. Best pink sassy pants? No, those are in the keep. We've got those around somewhere. I mean, you can't be expected to remember the name of every block in the game. It's not like you do a podcast or anything. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, I do. I blame Mojang for just creating long, convoluted names. That's where I rest on that. This feels a little on the square side. Maybe we don't do this one. That's a little bit better. Anything to hide the side of a dirt block, it appears that I will do. Don't know if I've ever bothered to change this into a mossy block to see if it looked better. Ah, those are inside. That's probably why I didn't do that. That's not though. I feel like this was meant to be more connected to the path, huh? Oh, the back and forth of texturing roads. Well, I say we got that section done. That's good. What else needs to be done over here? Did I do all the alleyways? Yes, okay, that's done. I think I did most of this when I built this area. Yeah, this all feels very landscaped. I remember how challenging it was to try to make this work because of the slabs. Feels very sparsely textured. I wonder if a mossy cobblestone slab would look good there. Oh yeah, the deep slate stuff. I use deep slate often enough that I can usually get it right, but I find deep slate, and the thing that I think are the longest names I don't use, and that's the Blackstone. They've got a lot of complicated names. Oh, it's far too much. What about over here? That's a little bit better. Maybe we just do the same thing. Use the mossy stone brick instead. That's not bad. All right. So all of this is done. We've got basically from here to here. And then we can check something else off on the book. Sometimes you have those days where you think too much about this stuff. And it doesn't come quite as easily. I think this is a decent technique. The idea of like evenly spreading around these andesite blocks and then kind of creating the cracked bricks off of them. Trying to avoid 2 in a row. Or 3 in a row, I should say. I like using more regular stone in my textures, but obviously it gets more complicated when you've got stone as like the border. I feel like that kind of pulls you into this area there. Trying to make sure that people look to the right here. Trying to pull some stuff to the side there. Maybe just one more here is all we need. See, I try to avoid stuff like this where they line up best I can. So maybe we can move that one. And this feels very just solitude, very solitary, feels out of place. Whoops. It's tough to explain, you know, like as when you stream stuff like this and you're trying to figure out, like, I know I've kind of presented at least some sort of method to my madness, but it's not an easy thing to talk over. I was talking about this on the Spawn Chunks a couple of weeks ago, where it's just like, If I'm building something complicated like a roof or trying to design a building, I can talk a mile a minute and just talk about everything that I'm doing. And then when it comes to stuff like texturing roads, it's for whatever reason, I just kind of clam right up. And then of course it gets dark and I can't see what I'm doing. Is it tough to keep textures more random and not feel like you've created a pattern? Yes, that's part of the problem. That's part of the challenge. Is not patterns are easier than making it look more natural. Oh, the many stages of copper? I don't even bother. Is it the green one or the orange one? And it's like calling this smooth stone. Like everybody calls it smooth stone. And when you watch, YouTube and the first time you're playing Minecraft and you're learning how to play and you're watching content creators and they're all calling it smooth stone, you're like, wait a minute, that's not what it's called. I know that Pixelriff has taken to calling it natural stone to kind of like unlearn what he has learned by calling it smooth stone. Yeah, we're just getting a little bit narrow here, aren't we? That feels very repetitive. Let's change that. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that really sticks out at me as problematic. It feels a little random, but my head is just not in it. But the nice thing about this is that now that we've done this West Taiga Road, that's another thing we can check off on the list. Main West Road and alleys. I know, can't change this. So that's the main West Road is this main road out here that has all the different tiers to it. That's going to be a real pain. Because every other tier, all we have is slabs. So this road coming all the way down here. All of this is still untextured. And these steps are not going to be here. At least I don't think I want them to be here. The smooth slabs. And that's a big project. So we're gonna move on to something else so I can come back and do more texturing later. All the alleyways are done. Put those back there. And I can go away. I think the only thing we have to look at down here is now light. Just make sure that when we covered things up, we didn't miss anything. Oh no, this all looks pretty good. Yeah, what did that take? 45 minutes? Something like that. I feel like that's consistent all the way around. It's really bizarre how I've been able to like connect all of this stuff and make it feel natural when really I've not been like flattening the world and like coming up with everything from scratch. Like I've really been using what they have given me in terms of like the game natural generation and trying not to like dismantle too much. I've certainly changed some things and smoothed things out so that's easier to go from one spot to the next. But yeah, like that's pretty cool. Yeah, I don't think I like these strips on the stone. The wood. This thing's emptying, that's for sure. Utility box goes back over here for now. And dirt. I think we can just put some of this away. Zenthane X, I have not seen you in a minute. Thank you ever so much for the sub. Very much appreciated. And Richard Salter, sorry I did not see your follow. Appreciate that. Glad you're joining the stream. All right, what is in here? Flower, 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 flower. Garbage. More flowers. Blocks. I know I've got sand in here somewhere. No room in that one. Put those in there. Somewhere there is a profession box. There we go. I feel like that goes somewhere else. Oh, it doesn't fit in there. Concrete, and then take a look and see what we've got left to do. I might take my next break just a little bit early, and then we'll switch to something else here. So, Westgate. So the west section of town just has the main road left. The alley behind the dockmaster's house, that is this section right here, but I want to change. I want to wait until we do the keep before that happens. So like, I think I talked about this a couple streams ago, but this space right here, I don't know what's happening yet with this wall. So there's no point in doing all the work here to make this look nice when this might change. So I'll leave that for now. So then Great Square is done. Southgate, what's missing on the Southgate that we haven't? Oh, finish the south lawn. So that's, again, that's the same sort of deal. This south lawn right here is, I need to finish. The keep might expand and have another tower or something there. So we may have to work on what's going to happen there. There could also be like a second dock maybe for the keep. That could be kind of cool. There's a bunch of stuff I don't want to get too into because it's no point to landscape it now, only for it to change in a couple of weeks. Northgate. So I feel like what I want to do, I noticed this last time. I think I want to just try and move some of this. Trails and Tales update. Let's move this to like page 16. And then West Hill Rivers 15. And then Curtain Wall 14. So 14, 15, 16. Texture dress East Road. Oh, that's the surrounding countryside. And then the keep. So the surrounding countryside, let's take 13. So 13 and 12 will be surrounding countryside. And that gives me a chance to expand the to-do list on the keep, because I got a funny feeling that's going to be something that we really need to change. So I can take South Lawn and put that under keep. And there was one other one. Alley behind the dockmaster's house. So copy that and delete that. Put that here. And now, when we go through here, Westgate, that's all done. West section of town just has the main West Road, because we can do texture main alleys and have this actually checked off. So this just has the one thing left. Southgate means this is done. Northgate done. Eastgate done. Rivergate's done. So then the keep. Countryside. Curtain wall. West Hill Rivers, Trails and Tales update, hanging signs, vine growth setting. Cool. All right. Outcast01, good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend. Thanks very much for the rate. All right. So I think what I will do is I will take that break now. I'm just a few minutes early because I normally do it on the hour. But we are going to pop over. I think we're going to tackle something outside the town for now. I'm going to... this road here, I think, should be filled in. And I'm not sure what else we might want to do. But like, there's definitely some broader tasks like that. There's also the river up here that needs to be sorted out. So there's a couple things like that I might want to tackle. It's hard to say though. It's probably just going to be that, because these things always end up taking me longer than I anticipate. Yeah, I will be back in 5 or 6 minutes. Make sure you give yourself a stretch and a break. Maybe even grab a friend. We'll be right back. So I think we will go out and fill in that road. We'll take a look first, kind of figure out what it needs. The other thing is I'm low on some supplies. We should also maybe get some tree resources sorted. We're good for that, but I think we're low on spruce. Dark oak we're not doing so crazy either. I can probably move all of this in here now. I don't know if I'm going to keep this storing system. Like I feel like once we're done in the area, I probably don't need it. Right? Yeah, lots of sand. This is all from rivers. Sand and gravel. I know we've got some bricks here. And I guess I could just maybe move these around. Probably gonna make more of those. Feel like I've got furnaces, but no fuel. Right, let's fly over there. So you can see the section of road that I want to fix up, and I think we're going to make it cobblestone the whole way. Well, not cobblestone, sorry, but like a stone road. It's going to be a stone road the whole way. I'm not sure about the dip. I feel like 2, 3, 4. So it goes down by 2 blocks, then back up by 1 block. I don't know if I should just have this be... That's 4 steps down and then a step up. I kind of feel like I should just make it this whole level all the way along. It would make it taller. I would probably fill this in a little bit. But I don't know. Do we think it needs to be like only bring this down to there and then have it be just like a straight approach? But I don't know, maybe that's kind of boring. Yeah, I guess we could just kind of leave it the way that it is. I mean, if I have to fix it, it's not like it's a hard thing to fix. So we're gonna need lots of stone bricks. You like the level it goes up to? Oh yeah, I wouldn't change the level it goes up to. I would change the low part, if anything. I think I can free up a shulker box. Yes. I'm looking forward to having a shulker farm on the server. All right, so we'll need probably all the stone blocks again. Don't know that we'll need gravel. Probably not tough. Feel like I'm not gonna need those. I'll bring some moss, grass, dirt. That dirt. And I don't think we're going to need anything like that. Should be good. Bring the bushes just in case. I'm not necessarily crossing one thing off and finding 3 more happy. It's more about this weekend. It's been more about like finding the things that I'm in the mood for. I think 2 on Sunday because like I don't stream on Mondays and sometimes I don't stream on Tuesdays. I don't want to like start something on Sunday only to then have 2 days off and have to come back to it, you know? I'm going to put these here, I think, by the light. Oh, didn't even realize I brought those. Whoops. We're probably going to need to have this on us just in case. So the first part's going to be easy. We're just going to remove all the coarse dirt. And replace it. Look at me being a sensible adult. Hey, it happens from time to time. Surprising no one more than me. I'm not a huge fan of the way that this steps up, but we'll get there. Wouldn't mind having a lot of these dirt slabs back too, because we're not going to be able to make these the same way in 1.20, so I'll have to come up with a different way of doing that. I was thinking to myself, you know, I've gone through all the trouble of getting myself a dirt slab, which is not in the game. Like, that's a straight up, you know, data pack addition. And yet I've never bothered to give myself a cracked slab. You know, like, it's one of the things that I've been dying for in the game forever, but I just never did it. And I don't know whether it's just because early on when we started the spawn chunks, I wanted to try to keep the Citadel like as vanilla as possible, but then we got the tables and chairs data pack, and like there's nothing vanilla about that. In terms of like, I mean, sure, it looks like it could be vanilla, but it's definitely not. Like, it's not a data pack where people look at it and go like, is that vanilla? Or maybe I'm just not remembering things right. People know immediately that that's not part of the game. I think if Minecraft actually added tables and chairs to the game, I think most people would lose their minds. You'd be hearing about it forever. In a good way. Because what would you ask Mojang for if you gave yourself a cracked slab? I guess, yeah. I mean, my go-to leading would have to change, right? I feel like there's a couple of things that I would like added to the game that don't feel like big asks and don't feel like out of context or make win buttons, you know, like cracked slabs makes sense. I feel like slabs and stairs and packed mud makes sense. And I feel like having azalea wood have its own be its own thing also makes sense. Yeah, already this is feeling better. Yeah. I had an idea the other day for something here, and I can't remember what I wanted to do. But it had something to do with this road. Don't remember what it was. I also feel like this is not correct. Feels weird to figure that out. Should have brought my other coarse dirt box with me. Whoops. One of the advantages of having this map is it really, you know, it's a quick way to check when things are starting to look really good. Is there any use for coarse dirt other than decoration? Made a bunch one day and never found a use for it. No, it doesn't do anything special as far as I know. I just like storing it because we've got a special, we use it a lot in our different textures. And I need to go get the other box, right? So we'll put that in here for now. Yeah. If you use a hoe on it, it'll turn into normal dirt. So in a way, you're doubling the amount of dirt that you have. Oh, I guess, yeah, if you're doing something like a skyblock map, for sure. I'm not crazy about that stair. I feel like I'd like to smooth out that little kind of gully area. Yeah, it feels weird when there's like no grass whatsoever. Like I feel like in this section here. It's a little bit more natural. I don't know why there'd be this little land bridge here, but I have to see. I was going to put a graveyard up here, so we could have like a separate entrance to the graveyard here. That could be kind of cool, actually. So I'll leave that there for now. Dania MC, been a long time since I've had a chance to hang out and stream. Forgot how chill it is. Well, thanks. I mean, I think that's a compliment. I'm kidding. I take it as a compliment. Yeah, I mean, that just feels better, right? I'm probably going to need to do the same thing with this road here until it goes into the woods in the same way that we did it over here. I was watching some of Pixel Rift's stream Elden Ring, and what I liked so much about the roads in Elden Ring is that there'll be sections that are dirt and then sections that are stone, and they'll just like flip back and forth between them. And I think I might do that out there to keep it simple. I don't know. I feel like, I guess we could leave it like this. I feel like if we do though, I need to change this section a little bit. Get some slabs. That would probably look really cool in the setting. Yeah, the Elden Ring style. I think so too. I feel like we're gonna go up there. That doesn't quite feel right either. Maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. Yeah, so we'll go 2, 2. A little bit better. I think that's smoother. And something about this bridge I was thinking too is that I like it to be flat like this. So I think what we might do is have one of these bridges that has like multiple arcs in it. So we'll probably put like, you know, 1, 2, 3, maybe even 4, but at least 3. I like the idea of having like one support here, another support right in the middle of the river, and then another support on the other side. We'll have to measure it out, but I don't want to do like an arc to the bridge. I think I want to keep it nice and flat. What is the measurement on this? 1, 2, 3. If I did a pillar of 3 each section, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20, 29. That's 21 if you minus 6. So that's 7 between each one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hopefully that's in the middle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did that wrong. That is a big hole. Wow. That's just like right in the middle of nowhere. Why is that there? Where is it? Yeah, look at this, really hidden. Wow. So if I move this over by 1, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Not sure I'm crazy about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think I might have to change where these are positioned for this to work out. And we're going to move this one over. And I think we'll just move the end so that it lines up. 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if I want these to be that big either. That's kind of interesting to figure out where we want those to go. I feel like that's about the middle. Yeah. Oops. I think that would space things out to be about right. Makes sense that this would be very close to the edge of the river, but like not in it. Yeah, I think that'll look cool. The real question is, do I want them to stick out as far as the main pillars? I feel like a bridge like this would probably be like solid. Like this would be solid all the way underneath. Right through there. So we might not need to make it quite so beefy. It might make sense for that if it was too wide here. Welcome in, HMS name. Yeah, I think that'll work. Just move this stuff up front. And if this was all solid, oh, ran out of stuff. That might be a little bit too thick. We might have to dial that back. But we can worry about that later. Yeah, I feel like we might not have to go too wide on that. That's fine. The sturdy looking bridge though, I like having it look sturdy like that. I'm just curious now if I take it through under the bridge. It's a future Joel problem? Yeah, definitely a future Joel problem. Part of the thing I find challenging about Minecraft when you want to like walk away from something is like if I'm looking at something that I'm building and I can see that it ends in an unfinished way, like within my purview, like I really want to kind of finish something until it gets out of sight. Usually how I try to do things. But what I'm thinking with these is that these would be solid all the way through, like this. And we would create like an arch, but it'd be like just Roman arches underneath each one. So from here, oh yeah, I think that would be cool because if we had like an arch there and then an arch there, another arch there, I think that could work. We might not even have to push it out that far. We might be able to just keep it flush with the whole thing and just have like a small railing or something that goes along it. Or we could keep the arch inside of the stone edges. What is this? 7, I said? So maybe like... We would obviously make this a lot nicer, but something like that. Ooh, that might be too low. Push that up a bit. Yeah, and with stairs and slabs and everything else, that could potentially work. I may want to knock those back. That might not. We might not want those to stick out that much, but I like the the many pillars. Like I like the fact that there's 4 pillars across this small bridge. It makes it feel more stout, you know? Maybe we can hook it in like that. Kay the River Cat, hello. No worries, I appreciate the lurk. All good. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to get carried away because I'll end up doing this whole bridge. But like, I like that. That's kind of like, because we can't really see much beyond that point. That's where I would start to like. You see, kind of like I roughly had the road end. I would do something like that on the other side of that with stone, and then we would just call that done. And just because this isn't part of West Hill, like it just kind of like goes off into the distance. But from here, you really can't see over the hill, so that's kind of like where I would leave the decoration. I don't know what I'm going to do along here. We just watched a squid expire. And I've got a little bit of work done over there, but a lot of this stuff is pretty basic. I do still need to remove a lot of the sand and stuff from the river, but that's all part of the like the surrounding countryside idea. I do like that thought of there being a graveyard here, because the town doesn't have one, and it's close to the church, right? So it would make sense that a graveyard would be close by. And I like the idea of having like 2 entrances to the graveyard. There could be one here from the road that would come up to it, right? And then a main entrance to the graveyard, which would be here off of this road here on this flat section. And this we could kind of make into like an actual entrance, like a stone archway sort of deal. I think that could be kind of fun. All right, do we have any other like tasks like this around, like little fill-in jobs that need to be done? I don't think so. I can check the book. There's the river up here that needs to be cleared out too. So we filled it in, but we didn't actually finish it. Let's take a look and see what that river needs. Like this feels dark for a rainstorm. It's probably a thunderstorm. Oh, this needs some digging. That's what this needs. Oh yeah, that's a not today job. And then there's also this road here that hasn't been connected. I feel like this is a good location for like another farm for later time, like a later build. I like the idea of the road coming down through here. And then connecting up to this. And this is the kind of thing where like it wouldn't be stone the whole way. I'd probably have sections of it be stone. I can see what Pixelriffs means by getting so many ideas from Elden Ring. Whoops. I think maybe that was a stone block. I don't remember. The lead salesman is here. Yep. We're ignoring him for now. No, it's not a thunderstorm. It's so nice to have so many sections of this town finished now. Like, they have those check marks off and have all the details, all the things that you want done as you walk around. It's very satisfying. I think that's where we're going to wrap things up. I've got a bit of prep to do for tomorrow's Spawn Chunk podcast. So I'm going to go do that. If you've enjoyed this, please leave a follow before you take off. We're going to pass you on. I believe Aldebar is live. Have to see. Nope, looks like Tadpole Milk. We'll raid Tadpole Milk. Always a fun person to send y'all on to. And really happy with the way this turned out. I like the lights here. I like the changes. It's not 100% death proof, but you know, I think we've got most of it handled. I think it's so seldom that you'd be around here at night and things would be spawning in that we'd have much of an issue. So should not be a big deal. But we will, of course, be back on, I want to say Tuesday. That's the next planned stream. I've got podcasts coming out this week. New episode of the Citadel Cafe and what am I thinking of? The Spawn Chunks. That's going to be coming out tomorrow. And of course, we will be checking out the newly released 1.19.4 on the Spawn Chunks. Thanks ever so much for the people that have renewed their subs today. Really appreciate it. It's a great way to continue to help me do more streams. Also, check out Patreon. Patreon is a great, consistent way to support me as well. That is over at patreon.com/JoelDuggan. And do check out the VODs. There are a number of people here. And if you just pop over to Joel Duggan VODs on YouTube and hit subscribe, even if you never watch them, it helps a lot because we're getting really close to 1,000 subscribers. And that means that I'm going to be able to eventually monetize that content. So it helps, again, more income streams help me keep this stuff going. So I really appreciate it. Thanks for the mods this weekend. Cosmic Dan, 100,555, Sandy. I really appreciate it. Y'all are awesome. And yeah, we'll see you Tuesday, I think. That's at 1 o'clock Atlantic, UTC minus 3 hours. Bye for now.